Sa puntong ito, mga kapanayam natin sa linya ng telepono, si Commission on Appointments Member at Occidental Mindoro Representative Josephine Sato. Magandang umaga sa inyo, Congresswoman Sato.
Magandang umaga, Howie, and magandang umaga, Maris, at sa lahat po ng ating tagapakinig.
Ma'am, isa kayo sa pinaka-vocal sa Commission on Appointments, no? Dito sa dalawang kino-confirm or in-reject nyo na, no? Si Perfecto Yasay at in the last couple of days, si Gina Lopez ng DENR, no? Si dating Foreign Secretary Perfecto Yasay muna, no? You were quite you had a series of questions where you're trying to find out kung talagang naging American citizen siya o hindi. And in the end, he admitted to inadvertently misleading the Commission on Appointments and apologized for it. Why wasn't his apology sufficient? Was this accepted by the group? And was this the main reason why he was rejected?
No, actually, during the first time that he appeared before the Commission, tinanong ko na kung siya ba ay naging American citizen at any point of his life. Sinasabi niya noon na talagang hindi. At first, he said that he did not legally acquire American citizenship. And so sabi ko ngayon, can you just categorically state that whether at one point in time of your life, you were an American citizen? And then he said, no. So sabi niya, he had documents to prove that he did not legally acquire American citizenship. So I asked him to submit in the Commission those documents. Nung sinubmit niya sa akin, I was so surprised because the documents he submitted, one of it is an affidavit, which paragraph 1 of the affidavit stated that he was granted an American citizenship in 1986 by virtue of a petition that he filed. And another document that he furnished us is that a certificate of renunciation before Vice Consul Christy Holler of the United States Embassy in Manila. So those are the documents that we relied on, and he could not admit na talagang naging American citizen siya. So hindi ko maintindihan at hindi rin maintindihan ng komisyon kung bakit hindi niya ma-admit sa amin. While in some interviews that he had in other channels, inamin na he held an American passport, that he, filed a naturalization proceedings and was granted an American citizenship.
Okay, ma'am.
Sinasabi mo na naghingi siya ng paumanhin for misleading the Commission. But if you watch that incident, yung second appearance niya sa Commission, hindi niya rin talaga categorical na sinabi, di ba? Tinanong ko siya, sabi ko, I just want a categorical yes or no answer. Tapos sabi niya, I cannot answer it with yes or no. So, paano mo naman mapapaniwalaan ng isang tao na napakasimple, naging American citizen ka ba? Yes or no? Sasabihin hindi daw niya masasagot ng yes or no. So, yung pag-apologize niya, parang hindi naman niya ina-admit na he lied to the Commission. At sa akin personally, if you lie to the Commission, that shows lack of respect for the Commission and the members. Sabi ko nga, at the very least, it is contemptuous of the Commission. So, yun ang naging basehan nung nag-executive session kami, nung nag-caucus kami. We again discussed his answers during the hearing. And it was unanimously approved that we had to reject his appointment. Sabi, at the very start ng aming mga hearing, sinasabi namin sa kanya that we wanted to vote for his confirmation, but we were left with no alternative but to reject it because he lied. And that's a very, very important qualification. Whether you could be truthful. At sinasabi natin, at saka ito pang yung American citizenship niya, he only renounced it before Christy Holder last year, 2016. At yung mga sinasabi sa immigration laws, that was an operative act to lose his citizenship. But the final act to really lose the American citizenship is the final notice coming from the United States Internal Revenue Service na talagang wala ka na dahil na kumpleto na lahat ng proseso ng investigasyon. So noong February of this year, 2017, naglabas ng listahan ang Internal Revenue Service ng Amerika na ito yung mga tao who have lost their American citizenship by renunciation or by other acts.
Okay, ma'am.
So yun lang, nito lang taong ito. At
Okay.
hindi niyan inaamin sa amin.
Okay, ma'am, just to summarize yung kanyang argument naman, no, meron siyang legal interpretation doon sa US immigration law na kapag meron siyang intent na hindi tumira sa Amerika ay null and void daw yung kanyang citizenship. Kaya hindi raw siya makasagot yes or no. But I just wanted to point out, ma'am, before you started asking your questions, you told him and you told the rest of the members of the commission na you felt that he was qualified. He had other qualifications, no?
Yes.
That you were praising. But itong issue na to over whether he was truthful or not on his US citizenship, kumbaga ang sinasabi nyo, that was the deal breaker. Kahit meron siyang ibang may qualification siya to be foreign secretary, it was a deal breaker for the commission.
Right. Because he has the educational qualifications, he had the experience, but you should also look at the other factors like can you be truthful? If you can lie to the commission, paano? Can you be truthful to the other agencies, or can you be truthful or be loyal to your position? At saka yung sinasabi nga namin is, if you have to look back, yun ang tanong ko eh. Kaya ang tanong ko, kaya ba hindi niya maamin dito sa komisyon na naging American citizen siya? Dahil noong in-appoint siya, noong maging chairman ng SEC, American citizen ba siya noon? Nung nag-file siya ng 2 certificates of candidacy for Senator and Vice President, siya ba ay American citizen pa noon? So at saka yung sinasabi niya that he never had the intention to permanently reside in the US, paano malalaman ng Amerika yon? Because that was your intention. When you applied for an American or when you petitioned to become an American citizen, nag-ano ka yun that you have that intention. So ang tanong ko, hindi ba niloko mo rin yung Amerika, nag-apply ka, tapos you never had the intention pala of permanently residing in that country? Diba?
Yes, ma'am.
So
Okay.
those are the things that we really have to analyze and appreciate.
Okay, well, that's a signal to other cabinet members, no. But looking forward to DNR Secretary Gina Lopez, no. You're going to be deliberating on her. Ipapasok ko lang po yung mga tanong sa aking co-anchor na si Maris Umali po.
Yes, good morning,
Okay, thank you.
Congresswoman Sato. Si Maris po ito.
Hi, Maris. Good
Good
morning.
morning po.
Yes.
Pending pa rin po kasi yung confirmation kay Secretary Gina Lopez, no, bilang Environment Secretary. Una sa
Yes.
lahat, ano po ba yung nagpapahirap sa komite na magpasya, at sa tingin niyo po ba dapat mag-inhibit yung mga kongresista na may interes dun sa mining industry?
At hindi naman nahihirapan yung komisyon. Actually, we had to give opportunity to the 20 oppositors. Kaya na kung nakita nyo, ginupo po na nga namin ng 5 para to abbreviate the proceedings. But we cannot allow na hindi naman sila makaupo at ma-ventilate nila yung opposition nila. So, kaya nga dapat wala kaming commission hearing kahapon, but naggawa kami ng special hearing para lang ma-accommodate yung mga oppositors. So, kasi aalis nga rin si Secretary Lopez today. I think he's going to the United States.
Yes.
So, pinapakiusapan nga namin siya through the chairman postpone muna her trip para we can finally decide on the confirmation. Kasi pag hindi namin siya na-confirm by March 15, technically bypass siya. And that she has to be reappointed by the president. So talagang we wanted to accommodate na talagang matapos namin siya, but she said that yung trip niya has been planned about a month ago. So talagang hindi niya makakancel or mapopostpone. But napag-usapan yesterday before we adjourned, we will have a caucus. The committee on environment, chaired by Senator Pacquiao, will have a caucus in an executive session on Tuesday at 11 o'clock.
Alright, so antabayanan po natin yan. In the meantime, Congresswoman Sato, sa usapin naman po yung nakaambang balasahan sa Kamara dahil po sa pagboto ninyo ng no, posible raw pong matanggal kayo sa Commission on Appointments. But you also mentioned, Congresswoman, that this will be an infringement to the mandate of the Commission on Appointments. Una po sa lahat, lalabanan niyo po ba to kung sakaling kayo ay tatanggalin? Ano po ba ang proseso kung paano pinipili ang mga miyembro ng CA?
Kasi unang-una, ang Commission on Appointments is a constitutional body.
Yes.
Na kaya yan ginawang constitutional body, parang magkaroon ng check and balance sa mga appointment ng executive na i-check ng legislative branch of government. At ang ano diyan, ang proseso, ang role diyan ay magkakaroon ng representation yung mga partido sa Senado at saka sa Kongreso. So umuupo ako sa Commission on Appointment as a designate from the Liberal Party of the Philippines. So it is incumbent upon the Liberal Party to choose kung sino ang kanilang ipapaupo doon sa komisyon. So ang puntos ko dito is it is the choice of the Liberal Party.
So, Congresswoman, sorry.
If the Liberal Party would remove me, then fine. But
pero kung igigate po ni House Speaker Pantaleon Alvarez yung sinasabi po niya na balasahan, hindi po kayo papayag dito, not unless the Liberal Party will remove you from the CA.
Yes, because I personally believe that that will be an infringement of the independence of the Commission on Appointment.
All right, that's
and that
very
is violative of the Constitution.
Opo, that's very clear. Maraming pong salamat sa inyong panahon and for the Enlightenment Commission on Appointments member
Marie.
at Occidental
And
Mindoro
Harry.
Representative Josephine Sato. Magandang umaga po sa inyo, ma'am.